John Psycho!
Psychopath!
Mountaineer, builder of traps, snowbound pig disassembler. This masked murderer has a vendetta against a bunch of teeny bopper snow bunnies and their husky jock boyfriends for some weird reason. But I don't care why he's doing it. I care whether he can afford it. Hello and welcome to Foot the Bill, where we audit your favorite media. My name is Trey, and today we're looking at Until Dawn, a game whose many plot twists I will pretend to know nothing about for the next, I don't know, let's say 20 minutes. I mean, how long could it actually take to audit a video game, right? Until Dawn set off an avalanche of narrative-driven cinematic horror games, a genre well unto itself at this point, weaving exploration and quick-time events into multi-hour-long movies, with a cast equally stellar. Set on a private mountain over the course of a single night, we the players are given a single objective: survive until dawn. Plenty of people could die, or everyone could live. Their fates are ultimately up to you. But what of the villain? That psychopath haunting our every step, trying their very best to make sure each and every one of these hot, eligible young adults perishes. I mean, this game is rife with death machines, guns, security cameras, and secret rooms, and an absolute fuck ton of automatic doors. What? There's even a spooky jigsaw voice.
Hello, and thank you all for joining me.
But before all that, we have to discuss the rules.
The rules of the game are simple. Consequences for breaking them are great.
No utilities get charged for. All items that can be locally sourced will not be billed. Remember kids, if you can fish it out of the trash, it's not an expense, it's foraging. All purchases will be calculated in the year depicted on screen. For Until Dawn, that's the year this game came out, 2015. What a year to have been alive. The Force Awakens came out. Snapchat introduced filters. That weird color-defying dress thing happened. Yeah, actually, in hindsight, it was kind of a slow year. I miss that. I miss us. But anyway, hey, if you like what you're seeing and you're new here, subscribe to become old here. It helps us out a lot. So, can our mountain climbing murderer cap his miscreant comrades with miserly capitalistic commitments? Or does he slip on the climb down in an economic and homicidal freefall, an avalanche of avarice and greed? Let's find out. The game begins with the remains of a banger of a party in which a young woman is just trying to bang. Hannah, that's Hannah, has the hots for Mike, that's Mike, even though he's currently taken by Emily, that's Emily. Big cast, keep up. But more importantly, what the fuck, Hannah? I don't care if your name is a palindromic Star Wars character, you don't steal a lover from another, even if he is a hoe.
Just because he's class prez doesn't mean he belongs to everyone. Mike is my man.
I'm not anybody's man.
Whatever you say, darling.
In the room with Mike and Emily, we have the rest of the crew. Sam, the moral center, Ash, the shortest one who also wears a beanie, Matt, the backup jock, and Jess, the blonde. Also in attendance, but elsewhere in the house, are Beth, that's Beth, sister to Hannah, and Josh, that's Josh, who is asleep near his bestie Chris, that's Chris. Okay, we're good. Emily's prank is simple. She wants to entice Hannah into the room with Mike, where he will convince her to get nude. Meanwhile, all their friends are hidden throughout the room, secretly filming Hannah's soon-to-be on-display birthday suit. It's hilarious. Sam decided that this was fucked up and opted to sit out, but not to inform anyone of the prank about to take place. Bit of a moral gray center. At the last moment, however, Sam changes her mind and bursts into the room, corrected moral center that she is, and calls the whole thing off. Though not before Hannah is thoroughly embarrassed and runs away into the snowy woods outside, sobbing. Beth, quickly catching up to things, has the option to either wake Josh up or investigate. We chose to wake Josh. It had no effect.
Fuck.
The group of friends rush outside, deciding to nag on Hannah as she flees into sub-zero wilderness.
It's fine, she just can't take a joke.
It was just a prank, Han.
Emily, I love that you love Star Wars, but that's something about that delivery has transformed your entire personality to nails on a chalkboard for me, okay? I hope you buy expensive underwear and forget it somewhere in the snow, which would work perfectly for you, you frigid bitch. Beth rushes out into the snow after her sister, and the rest of the party head back inside to clean up all the ego jizz from their incredibly successful prank. Ah, yes. Round of applause for the bestest friends ever. I hate these people. Except for Sam. She's cool. Now, playing as Beth and out in the woods, we come upon a cabin filled with dragons! Oh, fuck! Beth runs away, safely, don't want to sprain an ankle, before finally catching up with Hannah, who is cold and sad. Does she not understand it was just a prank? Emily said it was just a prank. The two are then chased to a cliff's edge where the dragon or whatever has them cornered. Also, at this exact frame, it's quick, but a black shadow envelops Hannah's face. This symbolizes her cursed half-life as a shadow dragon disciple, with her eldritch dragon lord now coming for its tithe, her soul. Is that true? Is that false? You'll never know, because Hannah and Beth just fell off the cliff. See, this is why Wile E. Coyote never looks down. But what's this? They're okay! Well, as okay as you can be dangling from Danger Cliff. The dragon approaches, hungry for its virgins, when it turns out a knight is there to save them. Beth is indecisive, however, and the two plummet into the snow. But snow is soft, so they'll... Ooh. We then transition to therapy, as is tradition. Our therapist, played by Peter Stormare, is Dr. Alan Hill. He occupies a third space in this narrative game, reflecting our relative psyche. Or maybe he's real. Or maybe he's God. He's probably not cheap, whatever he is. After some tests to confirm we might be insane and running out of time for our session, we're taken into the opening credits. Lots of projectors in these credits. I wonder if that's a hint to anything. Probably not. A radio host recaps the events of the prologue, informing us that it's been 1 year since we bullied a girl to death. Well, kinda. Their bodies were never found, so maybe they survived. Either way, no one's guilty. Turns out we're following Sam on a bus. I think she may have enjoyed that ride a bit more if she had used today's sponsor, Manta Sleep. When you first put on the world's most comfortable sleep mask, you might be tempted to wear it just about everywhere, like grocery shopping. Editing this video, or going to the park.
Where's my dog?
Maybe the best place to wear your Manta sleep mask is right here. Much better. Join the pro nap movement. I've been using the Manta Sound sleep mask for a few weeks now to help with staying asleep in the morning, but also I've been enjoying the Bluetooth headphones for guided meditation without any visual distraction. Annalise has been enjoying the Manta Pro sleep mask to help her fall asleep faster. These masks are super comfortable to wear, infinitely adjustable, but that's not all they offer. We've been surprised to find out that we really enjoy the Manta Sleep White Noise Machine. I wouldn't have said I was a white noise machine person before this, but I gotta be honest, it's magical. The fact that it doesn't need an app and comes with this convenient remote makes it all the more delightful. Plus, I got to use it while playing Dungeons & Dragons as some nice, serene soundscapes. Yeah, I'm taking these things everywhere with me. Go to mantasleep.com and use discount code KITTEN to get 10% off your order. That's mantasleep.com, discount code KITTEN for 10% off. Thanks again to Manta Sleep for sponsoring this video. And she's tuning into Josh's party vlog invite, where he's invited all of his friends connected to the most tragic event of his life back for a little get-together.
Let's party like we're fucking porn stars, okay? Make this one trip we will never forget, all right? Yes!
Wait, does he mean party as though everyone at the party is a porn star? Or party as though everyone at the party is fucking a porn star? What a strange thing to say. Also, no, I will not, you horny bastard. We officially transition to chapter 1. Friendship! F is for friends who party like porn stars, da 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 da. Anyway, it's 10 hours till dawn and Sam's bus drops her at the gates to Blackwood Pines, Washington Estates, on the mountain of Washington in the Canadian province of Washingtonian, Alberta. Oh hey, she has friend! And personality! Sam, Hannah's best friend, diligent, considerate, brave. I would be willing to challenge all 4 of those facts. she can keep her name. Sam wanders up the path to a gate which is broken. A note invites her to figure it out for herself. The back of the note is an email with directions to the entrance from Josh to Chris, which would confirm that Chris has arrived. Huzzah! The next few scenes are mostly to do with learning the game mechanics, quick time events, decision making, life stuff. Sam works her way up to the ski lift gondola, stopping to admire someone's lingerie, and a scrawled welcome message. That's intimidating and purposeful, so charge for a paint marker. Sam also spots a wanted poster for a Victor Melgrim. Oh, sounds friendly. And eventually comes across Chris's bag, though no Chris, unless... What's in the bag? I'll never tell. And neither will Chris. Chris has a crush on Ashley. Loyal, protective, humorous. We shall see, Chris. We shall see. Sam and Chris shoot the shit, do some sharpshooting, and finally work their way inside the Gondola Ski Lift Control Office Management Center. It's pretty cool inside. Got some posters. Chris and Sam reveal that the Washingtons are rich enough to buy the entire mountain. And the cabin everyone's staying in used to be a hotel and sanatorium, which is fancy speak for insane asylum. Oh, cool. There's also a security monitor looking at a bathtub. Oop, nope, normal now. Haha, so weird. Anyway, Chris and Sam get on the gondola and start scooting along towards Josh's winter porn star palace. At the other end of the gondola, we're reintroduced to Jess. Jess, Mike's girlfriend. Outgoing, driven, impulsive. Those are probably true, and signs of a psychopath.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. New people. Time to meet and greet.
Wait, what the fuck is she talking about? She was there last year. Who's new? Are we new? Does she know we're playing a game? Fucking bizarre. Anyway, Sam and Chris arrive and Jess lets them through the gate. We then zip-zop over to catch up with Emily, you remember Emily, and Matt, you remember Matt. Emily was dating Mike, but killing a young girl to secure her position in the hierarchy must have tainted their relationship, so Emily's dating Matt now. At least her new boyfriend has the same first initial as her old one, so she doesn't need to change any of her tattoos. Oh, right, gotta do the intro thing. Emily, Matt's girlfriend, intelligent, resourceful, forthright. Well, half of that seems believable. Matt, Emily's boyfriend. Obliging, dependable, active. Wow, with those three ingredients, we've successfully cooked up a himbo. Poor bastard. These two fight for a while because that's what they do best until Mike arrives. You remember Mike. Mike, Jess's boyfriend. Brave, driven, charismatic, aka backup himbo. Fantastic. Everyone here is a dick. All right, let's have these three bury the hatchet. After all, there's a porn star party up that hill. Oh, except Emily needs to go get something. Yeah, she'll be right back. And proceeds to chase after Mike. Dicks. Horny dicks. All of them. Meanwhile, at the lookout, we run into Ashley. You remember Ashley? Ashley has a crush on Chris. Academic, inquisitive, sensitive. I don't know enough about her to dispute that, but I like that she still wears a beanie. Consistent. Ashley spies Emily and Mike getting close, then lies to Matt about it, then the two continue on their path to the cabin. Mike and Jess catch up, very nearly fuck in the snow, then also head towards the cabin. Finally. But not us. Nope, because we're due back with our therapist. What's up, Doc?
This time, we're going to try to understand the root of your anxiety.
Oh, good. Yeah, that sounds great. Well, I find myself getting anxious when having to choose between two options. I hope there's none of This whole sequence is supposed to shape our nightmares to come. I chose one particular path, but you're welcome to explore your own anxieties here during your own playthrough. There are many ways to play Until Dawn. I just happen to choose the path with the most security camera.
Oh. Did I startle you? So sorry. You're doing very well. Don't be nervous.
That is a lie. This game is full of liars. Lying Dr. Hill lets us answer a few more questions before it's time for Chapter 2, Jealousy. 9 hours until dawn. These cutaways give me Majora's Mask vibes. Editor, can we get the Majora's Mask bang dang for each of these chapters? Thank you. We finally catch up with Josh. You remember Josh. Josh, Hannah and Beth's brother. Persistent, creative, playful, curious personality. We'll see how it holds up. After Chris checks in with all his friends, Josh asks when Chris intends to get laid.
Ashley was looking pretty hot today, right?
Absolutely.
When are you gonna take her to the bone zone?
Persistent, creative, playful, predatory, weird, super weird.
I mean, can you imagine a more perfect, ripe scenario just dripping with erotic possibilities?
Gross, gross, gross. I don't want drippy mountains. Gross, no. Circling the back of the lodge and looking for a way in, Chris spots a missing axe. That's probably fine. And the two knuckleheads rub their last brain cells together to come up with a plan. They'll break in via the small basement window, whereupon Chris will use a lighter and some deodorant to warm the frozen doorknob. Huh, that's a weird light bulb. Josh tosses Chris his Zippo and he sets off into the domicile, intent on saving the day. There's a few cool things to find down in the basement. Lawnmower, newspaper clipping referencing a maniac arsonist on the loose, skis, shelves. It's usual stuff, but interesting nonetheless. Oh, and a door mysteriously closing on its own in front of Chris. Spooky! Could it be the breeze? Could be. Is it the breeze? We know better than that. Bill it! What's definitely the breeze is the window upstairs. There's not a whole lot going on in the house at the moment besides a voicemail from the local sheriff's department to Josh's mom saying how unfortunate that the maniac on the mountain is a free man that they can't arrest. But upstairs, we find out how the Washingtons made all their money. Josh's from the Northeast now? Josh's dad is a movie mogul. A horror movie mogul. Ha-ha. So you know he's swimming in wealth. Nothing makes more money and respect than horror in Hollywood. Chris finally arrives at the bathroom just in time to get jumped by a Wolverine.
Gene!
Classic. Chris gets deodorant for the stinky, stinky front door, and an hour into the game, we're finally inside the cabin. Emily walks in and immediately starts talking shit.
Oh my god, that is so gross.
Which, like, fucking Em, hast thou no chilleth? Prithee, thou art quite the bitcheth. M's bitchiness pushes Mike and Jess to go journey to the other fuck cabin. Yes, there are multiple fuck cabins. While Emily tells Matt they need to go out to fetch her underwear at the base of the mountain because Emily is misery. Mike and Jess proceed to sex pun their way up the mountain before deciding to try out this new hit game called Minecraft.
Hey, Jessica!
Yep. Hey. Okay.
Yeah, not a lot going on down here just now. Just some Blair Witch basement decor and a hot stogie. It remains to be seen if these cigars are of a nefarious nature, but I'm keeping my eye on them. Oh yeah, Mike and Jess make out in the mine shaft. They're all right. Sorry, Mike and Jess make it out of the mine shaft. Freudian slip there.
Yes? Jess?
Back at the big house, Sam has the right idea and is planning on taking a long, hot bath. Unfortunately, the water heater runs on warmth and caring, and clearly, we're all out. Don't worry though, Josh has a spooky boiler in the basement, assuming he knows how to get it started. Seems to be struggling with the fire currently. Josh is not a fire starter, twisted fire starter. Nope, he is a straight fire stopper. Josh sends Chris and Ashley to go hunt down the Ouija board and invites Sam to help him get the water heater going. I talked to my water heater guy, and he told me this place is scary, but at least there's no evil monks. After playing Father-Son Simulator and getting chased by an evil monk.
You just got mucked.
What?
Nice one. That was good.
We're back upstairs. Sam's bath is bubbling, while the rest of the gang are off to talk to spirits on the Ouija board.
Oh, but watch out for that Josh. He's a schemer.
Okay.
Josh, confident, funny, schemer.
Psychopath!
Meanwhile, Emily and Matt are trudging through the snow. But first...
Is that a butt?
You're a butt.
Nice. So what's the sitch? Are we gonna go after that bag of lingerie that was in the car from the... Oh my god! A wild jigsaw appeared! I talked to my pig guy, and he assured me you can get a severed pig head for about $7.99 per pound in 2014-2015. Pig heads are anywhere from 10 to 15 pounds, so we'll go with $79.99. Unless we find a headless pig later. But this looks like a decently clean cut. The spike and barbed wire all permit to have been scavenged. There's a lot of evidence of old trail fencing out here. Oh, at least there's a note attached. Aw, how kind. And we're back in Dr. Hill's office, and he's brought friends! That's Dr. Snake, and that's Dr. Viscera. They're going to be sitting in on today's session as part of their residencies. Do you consent?
No. Then how do you feel about people who are afraid?
That's a threat, threatening us straight into Chapter 3, Haunted, 8 hours until dawn. Elsewhere in the seance room, Josh, Chris, and Ash are sitting down to summon the dead. It's super effective. Oh shit, ghosty shit starts happening. Okay, how do we audit ghosts? Do ghosts have expenses? Does this mean that we have to cover 1995's Casper? I mean, I'll do it. You know I'm good for it. Just ask everyone who's been waiting for the game, which is coming. Speaking of coming, it seems the dead are coming back to haunt Josh.
Listen, look, I don't know if you think messing with me is somehow going to help me deal with my grief or whatever, but this is not cool.
Hey, exposure therapy is a thing, just like how your sisters were exposed to the harsh, icy cold death grip of winter at the bottom of a ravine. Was that too mean? Josh walks away upset for some reason, while Chris and Ash opt to investigate the library. But first, Mike! Jess has been taken into the snowy darkness. Mike must clamber over a tree.
Oh! Fuck!
I'll do no such thing. What do I look like, some sort of nugget fucking tractor mask? No! Put me back! Put me back! Ah! Whatever you do, don't yell at my antlered cousin! Oh! Stop screaming at my family! Mike and Jess proceed to sexually tease each other over some more while the predator watches, pervert, and make their way to the sex cabin.
It's everything you described, Michael.
Wait, what?
The cabin. I love it.
Oh, brother, this
Sex cabin.
stinks!
Yeah, it turns out the real cabin is even deeper into the woods. This one's just a storage depot for our psycho killer, qu'est-ce que c'est? Oh, look, a deer! Oh, no. Oh, man, I hope he doesn't do that thing where he bounces back and it scares them. Ah! The deer is cracked! Run! Mike and Jess sprint to the cabin, only slightly eating shit along the way. Right, save her, then get inside. There we go, okay. Ah, safe in the sex cabin. The dark, cold sex cabin.
This is not the cozy chalet I was promised, Mike.
After reading some lore and almost getting electrocuted, Mike works his way to the back of the cabin to locate Jess's cell phone thrown through a window? Can bears do that?
I've seen them open car doors
What? Where?
on the internet.
After a bit of back and forth about it all, Jess gets stolen by the predator through the door. Aw, she's gotta be dead, right? Well, we'll figure that out later. For now, we've got to check in with Ash and Chris to see if they've uncovered anything in Washington Family Archives. Ashley spots a grate in the floor with some light shining from down under. Tunnel to China? Unlikely. Deeper in the library, Chris and Ash are attacked by books! Don't make me read, I'm too young to be burdened! Now, you may be thinking, oh, it's ghosts. Kitten Arcader can't audit ghosts. And while you're wrong, you're also wrong. I can audit ghosts. I called my ghost guy. But also, this isn't ghosts. This is special effects. So I talked to my special effects guy, and he said, it's pretty easy. There's a couple of methods available. The launching of a book can occur either from the shelf, pushing the book off, or off the shelf, pulling the books away. Now, we don't see any mechanisms on the shelf itself, so these books were pulled away from the shelf. Now, we won't charge for the books themselves, but we will be charging for the pulley and motor system that pulled them off. A spool of fishing line, 2 pulleys, 4 small hobby motors, some timers and hardware to house those necessary bits. The triggering mechanism can be off-site, remotely active, what have you. Now, the absence of knowledge reveals a button, and those dum-dums are compelled to press. The button reveals a secret room, which I'll admittedly not be charging for because Hollywood people are weird. But our view is from a hidden night vision security camera, which I will be charging for. Inside the room is a photo of Hannah and Beth with a threatening letter on the back which reads, I will take them and bleed them like pigs and rip their soft white skin off. Fucking 16 years. 16 years I waited for pretty little Hannah and Beth. Great, just great. As Chris and Ashley round the corner, a previously locked door opens itself to the two of them.
Oh, what was that?
Down the hall, a note remarks about seeing a figure by the generator, seemingly written by Josh's mom. Now, there's also an undercurrent of Native American lore and communication with local tribes. Evidently, the mountain is considered sacred to the First Nations people, but the Washingtons just really like owning a mountain, so yeah, what are you gonna do? All this evidence seems to be doubling down on the threatening figure from the Washingtons' past. What we picked up from the voicemail Chris found, Sam's wanted poster, the newspaper clipping in the basement. Clearly, someone has infiltrated the Washington cabin complex, and I reckon they're pissed that the deaths of Hannah and Beth were stolen from them. or they killed Hannah and Beth and also hate Chris. Everybody hates Chris. But before Chris can finish, haha, the doors to the kitchen start rattling. Josh is screaming. Ashley is pulled inside, the doors slam shut behind her. Chris shoves the doors open, sees Ashley, and is knocked unconscious by the psychopath. Ah, finally, a clear look at our villain. We've got coveralls, we've got overalls, we've got gloves, mask, wig, and tool belt. This costume kinda sucks. I mean, okay, sure, it's a look, but a jumpsuit and a tool belt? A zombified sting mask? Well, this is our psychopath. Here's hoping he does something constructive. Back in Dr. Hill's office, we're made to pick our favorite friends. Great, that's healthy. Yeah, let's audit our friendships real quick. Actually, now that I say that out loud, that might be a healthy way to filter out toxic relationships. Right, shove that down. Down, down, down. Don't need to think too deep about it. Our faceless self picks our favorite people, and we're skull-fucked into Chapter 4, Loyalty. 7 hours until dawn. We're gonna breeze past this, but Mike's chasing down Jess as she's slip and sliding through the snow, eventually being led into the mines where he takes a couple of pot shots at something. Also, Jess falls down an elevator shaft. Bye, Jess. Mike spots a mysterious figure, follows him through the mines, and emerges overlooking a new location we've read about previously, the asylum. But we're not there yet. We need to catch back up with Chris, who is currently waking up in a puddle of blood. That's probably fine. You can lose a little blood and still be fine. Oh, no. Oh, that's a lot of blood, eh? Oof. Spilled the whole pot of spaghetti. Chris follows the trail of Ashley outside, eventually coming upon, zombies! Oh, no, it's just one zombie on a fucking spring with a trash bag body. Fucking, hey, charge for spring mechanism. A little deeper in, we get a severed pig's head, bill that, and Chris is back on the trail, eventually coming to a barn conundrum. No, not a conundrum. A puzzle, perhaps. No, wait, this looks to me like a game. As Chris approaches, work lights flicker on to reveal Ash and Josh suspended in the air. On the ground in front of them, a track is laid that terminates in a large machine with a saw blade upon it.
Hello, and thank you all for joining me.
Josh, wake up!
Tonight,
What?
we're going to
What is
conduct
this?
a little experiment. Short test.
What the hell's going
Now, for
on?
this experiment,
No, I don't
we'll need the cooperation of our two test subjects, Joshua and Ashley.
What?
Oh my God.
We're going to need one more brave participant to help decide which subject will live and which will die. So very simple. Christopher, you will find a lever placed directly in front of you. All you have to do is choose who you will save.
Oh, we got saw shit? Oh, we got saw shit! I call this test 2 rails, 1 life leaving. Energetic youths pose risks. Old blades lessen easy massacres. Or trolley problem. Chris is faced with a lever, 2 photos, and a choice. He must choose who lives and who dies. We can charge for a photo printer and photo paper because gotta get those photos from somewhere, and they were taken tonight. It was a rush order, huh? The speaker looks old as hell. We'll say that was on the property and reclaimed. The recording, however, implies a recording method. Sounds scratchy, so let's say it's an old tape recorder that's been wired in. The rail cart is also locally sourced, as we've seen the mines. The motor to push the little cart, though, is new, as is the motor running that big saw blade. However, that saw blade looks mighty old, and I'm inclined to let it be scavenged as well. Finally, we close it out with a work light on a timer. Speaking of, time to do an audit of your friends, Chris. Do you have a favorite? Someone you see a future with? Of course, he could choose to do oh, nope, he chose Ashley. Okay, well, it's been fun, Josh. We'll see you in the Afterlife sequel. The door snaps open once the game has run its course, allowing Chris to reunite with an incredibly traumatized Ashley. That girl will need therapy, and I do not recommend Dr. Hill. As for Josh, well, we should probably just leave everything there for now, for the police view. Outside, Matt and Emily are still wandering around the snow looking for underwear, where they wander into Chris and Ash. Reunited and there's lots of blood. Emily decides that she and Matt better go find help, quickly, alone, and sends Chris and Ash back to the cabin house thing. And back in Dr. Hill's office, Doc's getting comfy and familiar with our treatment. A bit judgy though, but that's—
Do you intend to continue with this elaborate self-indulgence?
I do not pay you to do that. I pay you to challenge my deep-set beliefs and help me become better at media literacy. Now, let me get back to my sexy young adult murder game. Speaking of, it's now Chapter 5, Dread. 6 hours until dawn. Mike has been tank topping it to the tip top of the crazy mountain in pursuit of a mysterious crazy guy in the snow like you do. This is how we save Jessica, right? Right, Mike? Mike spots puppies and rushes to follow Crazy Man inside the building. No one can resist puppies. Good thing the front door's unlocked. Mike does some investigating, reading lore, blah, 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 eventually coming upon this little guy. That is a hand in a box.
What's in the box?
Come on, man, it's a hand in a box. Are you paying attention? Go touch it. Oh! Oh, wow. Ah, idiot. Okay, let's see here. The trap is actually pretty clever. The hand looks like it was taken from a medical mannequin, or a corpse. Either would be locally sourced, so no bill. When the hand is messed with, it drops down through the hole and the bear trap is triggered. So there's a mechanism that makes the hand wave a little, and affixed to this is a hair trigger that causes the hand to drop suddenly and close the bear trap. Bear traps of this design are illegal currently, but given the historic nature of the surrounding area, I'm willing to say it was scavenged. So, all that remains is the mechanism by which the hand clicks from side to side and descends. Springs, a motor, maybe it's wind up like clockwork. Honestly, these things are small. They could also be scavenged from the decaying machinery around the property. This is really cheap. A really cheap fucked up booby trap. It's not really enough to deserve an acronym, but I like yous guys, so let's call it, here's an interesting gag. Handy fingers investigate violent ends. Or high five. Anyway, Mike wanders around for a while, plays fetch with a doggy, and eventually makes his way into some psychopath's evil lair. Give puppy a treat. Good boy. This place is cool. Good vibes. Friendly atmosphere. There's a locked room to the right with what looks like a 357 Magnum, and next to that is a Pepe Sylvia Bigfoot dream board. In the center is the lounge with a box of cigars. Nice. I think this is our guy. After giving the doggo a treat, we better help Mike find a quiet way out of the room in case the guy is nearby. Or we shoot a door. Yep, okay. Fucking idiot. Stop shooting doors. You're gonna blow something up. What did I just say? Well, at least we get our first look at Psycho surveillance room. We should tally this up. Let's see. We've got 6 monitors, a MacBook, a DVR for that security camera system. I count 7 cameras for this system so far. What looks like a PA system at his disposal, but I'm not going to charge for that because it could have been scavenged from the cabin's previous use of the hotel. All told, that's a pretty extensive surveillance system, and we're just watching kids try to We catch back up with Matt and Emily for a second, who are wandering through the woods to try to get help. They encounter a waist-high locked gate and assume the worst. Wait, didn't we climb a 12-foot wall earlier? Oh well. Matt and Emily work their way back down to the ski lift and discover some fresh paint in the snow. This guy is crazy. That's not where paint goes, you brain-chopped idiot. That's where paint goes. Inside the ski lift, someone wrote the word die a lot, but I'm just not getting the message. The two skirt the edge of a nasty breakup and plunge deeper into the woods, only to find themselves having angered the deer god. Did you know that deer can eat meat? Did you know that they might eat teenagers? I'm just saying, don't anger the deer god. Back in the house, Sam is all jams in her bubble bath, finally relaxing in the house on the mountain where her best friend died. Ugh, but what's this? Sam has a new friend. Man, this guy is everywhere. Whoop, and he stole her clothes. So he's a murderer and a pervert. Figures. Sam, understandably perturbed, leaves the bath and dons what the fans of this game call the most secure towel on Earth. That's right, for the next chunk of the game, we're playing as Sam in a towel, and it never comes off. I dream of owning a towel with this kind of grip. Psychopath has left Sam with a sock, freeing her from servitude to her wizard overlord, but only if she can escape Mount Washington alive.
That's what you call ironic.
That's not irony. Out in the hallway, we're given the welcome to Derry welcome with a red balloon floating ominously. Cool. Turns out there's like a whole bag of balloons active in the house right now, so let's charge for everything we need. Bag of balloons, string, helium, and a white paint marker. Neat. You might have also noticed 30 candles lit. Haha. That is indeed a stupid amount of candles, but we are here in Stupid Candle Town. Bill it. In another reference to a horrifying horror series yet to come, the Stranger Things clock chimes to the tune of the lost final episode. And equally strange, for a single frame, a giant version of Psychopath pops into existence in the hallway blocking Sam's exit. It's hard to see, and it's only there for a single frame, so I've taken a screenshot and adjusted the levels. That is terrifying. I did not see that during my playthrough. What the fuck? The jump scares don't end there though, as we meet 30 more candles. Seriously. Wow. Sam descends down the stairs, the camera moving to show us the psychopath, mirroring her one floor below. In the hallway, Sam locates a business card for some industrial slaughterhouse saw blades. On the back is a note to purchase 1 circular saw and 5 replacement blades, which we will bill for here. I believe this is the blade system we saw in the trolley problem trap from earlier. Now, the living room remains haunted as shit, sparking some static at Sam as she saunters in. Sam ain't having none of that shit though, and turns the TV off. The TV laughs, knowing she'll be back for more one day. Haha! Pranked. Sam continues down into the basement, grabbing a flashlight and entering the private theater. What's playing tonight? Blair Witch Project? Sinister? Spiral? The door slams shut behind her, and a voice begins to tell Sam about this really cool podcast about how to make a horror movie called Darren and Josh Make a Movie. They're not sponsors of this. They don't know I'm saying this, but their project is really fucking cool. So if you've ever been curious about how movies are made, why not hear from the creators of Saw 2, Saw 3, Repo the Genetic Opera, and Saw X? And tell them Kitten Arcader sent ya. Right, so the psychopath tells Sam she's a baddie, sorry, she's bad, and he filmed her in the bath. Ew, dude. He also filmed Josh dying in the barn, and actually, we should charge for these angles, huh? Yeah, there we go. Psychopath bursts into the scene, like you do, and Sam throws a vase at his head, like you should. Sam speeds through several doors, winding her way deeper and deeper into the basement before finally hiding in the base of an elevator shaft. Successfully, I might add. And we're back in Dr. Hill's office. Whew, man, what a journey. We got a lot to unpack. Listen, man, there's this thing about balloons I'm just now figuring out about myself, and it's a huge breakthrough for me.
I told you that everything you do has consequences. Do you think this mistake won't have repercussions?
Oh, okay, you got your own thing you want to talk about.
Has it been worth it?
Oh my god! The psychopath is in the room with us! But there's no time! Because it's Chapter 6, Psychosis. 5 hours until dawn. Matt and Emily are facing off against the old gods in the woods. Just to cut a long story short, they navigate the deer, climb a tower, feel guilty. Freddy Krueger cuts the most important cable holding the tower upright.
Don't think, you idiot! Just get me out of here!
And Matt abandons Emily into the mines where the tower was precariously perched. Alright, back in the house though, Ashley encounters a magical self-igniting candle. But it's not magic, it's special effects. I told you already. I'll link a tutorial on how to do this yourself, but essentially all you need is a candle, a barbecue spark igniter, and some rubbing alcohol. Bing bang boom, seemingly self-starting candle. As the two head downstairs to the theater, a door slams shut behind them. Adds to the tally, as well as 2 more doors that slam shut or open around them. All of this is to draw them deeper into the basement, unknowingly pursuing Sam. As they round a corner, Ashley could swear she sees a ghost walking down the hallway. Oh, fuck. And I want to reiterate, there isn't anything supernatural happening here. It's just smoke and mirrors, or more accurately, projectors and screens. There exists a company that specializes in nearly transparent projector screens that can create incredibly convincing floating projections. And blissfully, it's not that expensive. $50 gets you a sheet that can replicate a full body apparition, assuming you have a projector, especially one in a dim, cold home. Now, you may be thinking, in an arcader, wouldn't Ashley just walk into the sheet as she moves down the hallway? She would if it couldn't retract out of the way, which it would have to do for her to continue. See? I'm always like 15 steps ahead. As to why this projection couldn't just exist in fog or mist, unfortunately, you'd be tracing the beam from the projector to the image, whereas with a sheet, the light is stopped by the material and projected through it, making it appear as though something is there in space. So, we'll charge for a projector, the sheet, as well as the materials needed to whip that sheet out of sight as the two approach. Although an actual ghost would be cheaper, I will concede that. But my ghost expert tells me they're notoriously difficult to work with. Chris gaslights Ashley about seeing spirits, something that will definitely be coming up again. A door opens, and the two venture deeper. Down in the basement proper, a haunted cabinet throws a box at the two would-be Scooby-Doo members. And no, it's not another Wolverine. I slowed down the footage and went frame by frame. Wolverine-less. Motor, lever, bang. Same goes for the rocking horse. Ashley spots a dollhouse with some strange occupants.
You can see in the windows.
See what? It's tiny furniture?
No, it's a whole scene with dolls and everything.
Well, that is how dollhouses work, yes. Though without a key, you're stuck outside. Down the hall, though, Ashley sees a figure walk from right to left, which Chris immediately denies.
Ash, calm down, okay? There is no ghost here.
And he's right. There's no ghost. There's an animatronic. No. Shut up. Get out. Get out of here. No. This is more like a stuffed mannequin with motors to walk, or appear to be walking, and then a pulley system to whip that girl up into the ceiling. Yeah, it's definitely not ghosts, right? Anyway, the not a ghost draws Ashley towards the back of the hallway, where a painting is flung from the wall, again not haunted, behind which is a key.
How do you know of the key?
Because the key was on the wall, David. It was on the wall. The key unlocks the roof of the dollhouse, inside of which is Jesus. Okay. Build for another ghost animatronic that can point and walk. Again, not a ghost animatronic. By the way, I want to interrupt real quick to talk about my favorite conspiracy theory that I've ever read. Okay, so Bigfoot, right? You know Bigfoot. Everyone knows Bigfoot. If you don't know Bigfoot, look up Bigfoot. Okay, so Bigfoot is really hard to find, right? That's the thing about Bigfoot, obviously. But the reason, supposedly, Bigfoot is hard to find is because Bigfoot is a ghost. Bigfoot's the ghost of an alien. So he can, like, teleport and stuff. God damn, I miss when conspiracy theories were about Bigfoot and aliens. Okay, right, back to the thing. Inside the haunted dollhouse, not haunted dollhouse. Inside the dollhouse, normal weird dollhouse, are dolls. Shocking. But they seem to be organized in some kind of... Well, I'd rather not say what they appear to be looking like they're doing. We'll let the scene play out, yeah?
Whoa. What is going on here?
Oh God, it's like...
It's not like anything. That's us. Hiding there, waiting for Hannah. Last year.
But it's so accurate. I mean, that's exactly where I was sitting, and that's where Matt was.
This was set up by someone. Who was there?
Or someone, or something that was watching us.
Maybe it's a warning. I think someone put this here to mess with us.
No, it has to be the ghost. It's trying to tell us the maniac killed Hannah and Beth.
I think it's this bastard that he's here trying to fuck with our heads.
Why would he set this all up, Chris?
He's trying to tell us that he's gonna come after us all too. Yikes!
Wait, so there's a doll of Chris somewhere in this dollhouse passed out drunk on a couch? Nice. Why is Chris being targeted again? Anyway, the custom dolls blow the roof off the dollhouse and reveal, oh shit, they did put a little Chris passed on the couch. Stupid. Holy shit, that's great. Okay. Oh, good. Sorry, right. The diary belongs to Hannah, or the diary belonged to Hannah now, I guess, and is mostly filled with hopes and dreams of getting it on with Mike. This feels wrong. Maybe we shouldn't be reading this. As if on cue, probably because it is on cue, the door at the end of the hallway opens. But before we investigate that, let's revisit the dead girl's diary, yeah? Okay. So it turns out there's more to read in the opposite direction. Think like manga. Let's see. Oh, snap. Looks like Josh spent some time in the hospital for mood disorders. Huh. Well, I can't imagine how that has anything to do with anything going on here. I mean, Josh is dead as fuck. Heading back to the open door, Ashley pushes the door all the way open as a spectral image flashes before her eyes. Again, I'm calling this a projected ghost. Charge for projector, sheet, motor, pulley. Chris runs inside and the door slams shut, separating them. But not for long, because Chris opens the door. Neat. In the room, which appears to be something of a little workshop, the two find a parts guide to powerful projectors, huh? With one particular entry circled, a lamp for an RB-type projector. See? I told you it ain't ghosts. Look, I want it to be ghosts, okay? I need it to be ghosts. I watch a lot of videos about ghosts, but this time it ain't ghosts. But god damn, do I want it to be ghosts. Imagine a 13 ghosts video game like Until Dawn. Oh, yes, please, take the idea. Make it. Make it, my creative, brilliant little kittens and arcaders. I believe in you. At the back of the room, a new object appears. A handheld camera recording secretly from between two boxes. Now this model camera most closely resembles a Canon Vixia HFR50 camcorder. That's pretty impressive for its time.
Go suck an egg.
Yeah, that'll teach him. The two trace the path of Sam into the old hotel beneath the lodge. The decay evident, yet signs of recent activity abound. Ah yes, Rule 33 from the Book of Saw. Balance your GoPro on a table in the basement to catch that angle. Yes. In the former speakeasy down the hall, a new piece of evidence is found. A box of newspapers. A box of old newspapers. New old newspapers. Fake new old newspapers. Well, I don't know if there's a crazy convict on the loose anymore. I just can't trust the news. And Ashley's starting to put it all together for big, humorous, dumb Chris.
Chris, I'm getting a really weird feeling from all of this.
What do you mean?
So we're saying that the same guy who made the newspapers also set up the camera, right?
Yeah, I think so.
It's just, it feels like he's constructing this whole story for us, then watching us run around, freaking out, seeing what we do, like it's some sort of fucking experiment.
Good on you, Ash. You're crazy. You're the right kind of crazy. Still, without a smoking gun, it's hard to say this is all one big Jigsawsian puzzle. I mean, unless you round the corner and find a couple of car batteries hooked up to timers, I'm not sure we can... Oh, well, those are car batteries and timers. Huh. Well, that is something. Right, charge for all of that. The two wind their way deeper into the complex, coming upon the old kitchen. Gee, I hope it's a normal kitchen full of old kitchen equipment. Oh, nope, it's full of photos of friends, spikes, bear traps, and pig carcasses. Awesome! We can charge for the pig carcass, head intact. Talking to my swine guy, he told me a pig that size could cost a little under $400. Not bad, not bad, not great, not bad. At the back of the kitchen, a projector has been set up. The film springs to life, playing the video Ashley participated in making 1 year ago, the prank on Hannah. Now, this does beg the question, how does one transfer digital footage to film? Well, there's a couple of ways this could happen. The first is a lengthy, expensive process by which the digital footage is transferred frame by frame to the film. The second is much cheaper, and it involves playing the footage on a screen and then filming that with an old camera. So, charge for the projector down here and an old camera to film the prank video. As for the demon ghost at the end, well, Hannah's clearly possessed. Sorry, Han. Heading deeper in, our intrepid investigators must split up. The plot demands it. Chris moves a rather heavy door while Ash goes right and spies something most peculiar. Through a hole in the wall, Ash gives us our first look at the Psychopath's workshop. Ooh. The glimpse is short, but we do see a setup we should expect from a constructive, enterprising killer. A workbench, tools, possibly blueprints. Before we can delve much deeper, though, the psychopath moves towards Ashley, who is forced to hide. She flees, thankfully running into a very stolid Chris, who is just hanging out, I guess? Fucking weird. Also, can we stop for a sec to appreciate that Chris, when told that Ash saw the killer, says, "What? Where? Where did he go?" and looks around himself as though the killer just snuck past? God damn, all these men are himbo as fuck. The two continue to explore, making their way to a back room with what looks like a zombie dummy dressed in Sam's clothes. That one's weird. I think in other playthroughs you might find Sam in this chair, but since we're super good at the game and definitely not following a walkthrough, she evaded the psycho. Less evasive, however, are Ash and Chris, who are summarily knocked out, though Ashley does manage to stab the psychopath in the arm. Charge for some knockout gas and we can enter a game I like to call Circular Aggression. Notched assassination. Death is above now. Reaching our ultimate leverage. Equip the terminal engine. Or Canadian roulette, which is kind of like Russian roulette, but with more timber saws, I guess. Chris and Ashley are tied to chairs opposite each other. A handycam on a tripod looks on. On the table between them is a handgun, possibly a 1911. Above, two saws come to life alongside a caution cherry light. They are belt-driven via a motor powered by 2 car batteries, slowly being lowered towards our freshly minted couple. Aw, congrats, guys. The psychopath's voice crackles into the room, giving instructions.
Hello there, my special little subjects.
The rules of the game are simple. Chris must take up the handgun and shoot either Ashley or himself. Only when one of them has been shot will the saws stop. If he fails to shoot either of them, the saws will descend and rip them both apart. Let the games begin. Oh, he shot himself. Well then, back in Dr. Hill's office, we get a pretty good view of Psychopath's surveillance wall, assuming it's real and not a hallucination. But it does look like the room we saw earlier, so yeah, maybe it's a bit of both. Any changes from last time? Oh, we do have a second angle on Chris and Ash. We could charge for that. So, Dr. Hill, what's your diagnosis? Are they going to let us back inside the Spirit Halloween?
You're sick!
Oh.
You're a sick fuck!
Okay, well, first of all, rude.
Psychopath. Psychopath!
Yes, John Psychopath, Path is Psycho. I know. Tell you what, we'll just slide into the next chapter. Chapter 7, Violence. 4 hours until dawn. Yeah, violence. All right. We meet back up with Sam. You remember Sam. Still in her towel. You remember towel. Sam's been slinking around, sleuthing through vents, finally arriving inside the Psycho's workshop. Hey! We've got blueprints of the trolley problem. Except, well, that's weird. This shows a latex body filled with pig intestines and pig blood. Huh. Here, I've brightened it up for you to see better because Sam doesn't know how to look at something with the flashlight in her hand. Sam! Anyway, it clearly says latex body. That's weird. Elsewhere in the workshop, we've got a tortured dream board, 2 more saw blades, and in the drawer is, well, that's odd. It's Josh's medical record. It's weird that the psychopath would have that. I guess it helps to study your victims. Oh, hey, Dr. Hill. We know him. Small world. Damn, 30 nights in a facility for $26,000? Ooh, better have worked. On a shelf at the back of the room is a cell phone belonging to, well, that's weird. I think this is Josh's phone. Man, Josh is all over this room. Oh, and the phone's full of texts from Dr. Hill. I mean, we shouldn't pry, but let's see. Huh. Looks like Josh stopped taking his meds. Well, that's risky. Never adjust your medication schedule without consulting your doctor first. Around the corner, there's another dream board, but this one is obsessing over Hannah and Beth. That's healthy. This seems a bit counter to that note we found earlier. What did it say? Pretty white skin? At least the workshop is well equipped, if a bit outdated, but we do have some fresh light bulbs. Bill it! And then we get to this. A snow globe. A weird, haunted roller coaster tycoon snow globe. So this is actually an Easter egg for the VR game Until Dawn Rush of Blood, released exclusively for the PlayStation 4 VR. It's a direct sequel to Until Dawn, kinda. Be more of an interlude, but anyway, we're here to talk about the snow globe. I did some research, and it turns out snow globes with roller coasters aren't easy to find, but also aren't expensive. So I'm charging $15 for the snow globe. I mean, it's part of his lair, so it goes on the bill. Sam stumbles past the snow globe and manages a brief view of the now confirmed to be real surveillance room. We don't see anything new here necessarily, only confirming what we already knew. However, analyzing the monitors, I spot what I think are 3 new camera angles set up, so we can charge for those cameras. Now finally, Sam locates something rather telling. A cassette recorder and player. A tape inside is interesting.
Hello, and thank you all for joining me. Tonight, we're going to conduct a little experiment.
Hello, children. No, that's not right. Greetings, pilgrims.
Greetings, pilgrims, fucking A. But that voice, that damn voice sounds so familiar. Also, side note, can you imagine Jigsaw running through test tapes? Just like burning tape trying to find the right voice and lines to deliver? Do you think Jigsaw improvs all of his stuff, or does he write it down first? I'll ask him and get back to you. Sam, meanwhile, has flipped the script and found the zombie wearing her clothes. This was the room where Ashley and Chris were nabbed from. Now that we're in it, we can get a better look at the situation, including a camera on a tripod and a work light. Neat. Oh, Sam's backpack. Now she can finally get chased. Ah! Mike! Fucking bad touch. Glad you're alive, though. How's Jessica? Oh, right. Never mind. Sam gets dressed, and Mike does his best not to creep, and the two push on until they come across Chris and Ashley's game. Oh, hey, they're fine. Oh, hey, it's Psychopath. That gun's full of blanks. Charge for the blanks. The psychopath saunters in, mocking, laughing, chiding his two victims. He pulls off his mask to reveal, oh my God, it's Josh Washington. Josh, persistent, creative, playful.
Psychopath!
Wow, this actually changes quite a bit. I need to recalculate some stuff. Okay, so while I do that, let's check in with our favorite character, Emily. That's right, Emily survived. Yay! Emily, you remember Emily, is hanging out with the remains of the Ranger Tower in the mines. Eventually, she remembers her AP Physics and swings to safety. Way to earn that 4.0. After wandering around for a bit, Emily finds an inoperative elevator and evidence of dragons hiding in dungeons, a personal favorite of mine. After being betrayed by a ladder, never trust a ladder, Emily loses her torch but regains the use of her phone. Too bad for her, her phone is full of skulls! It's just a prank, Em. Emily avoids the dragon again and proves her 4.0 is earned by remarking that a mining helmet in a mine is weird. Fucking idiot. Some wall climbing later, Emily's phone is dead, the dragon's still out there, and she's back where she started when that ladder betrayed her. Finally powering on the elevator, Emily looks for a passage back down, but the tunnels take her somewhere else. Hey, I think I recognize these snowy rocks. Is that a photo of Hannah? And her glasses? Oh dear. Oh dear, oh no. The date is scratched into a nearby rock with the tally marks gouged deep. Though they do look a bit strange after 30 days. Behind a crude grave marker on the ground denotes Beth's final resting place. It was just a prank, Em. Why are you so upset? Leaving the tomb, Emily sees more fire deeper within. That dragon is pissed off. And Hannah's locket lay on a nearby barrel. I think Hannah and Beth might have been down here, you guys, but I'm not so sure. Oh, look, it's a snowman. How seasonal! Head! Definitely head! Bad head! This isn't seasonal at all! Although it does confirm that Beth and Hannah were down here, huh? Gross! Back at the elevator, Emily finally gets out of here. And by out of here, I mean she moves up 2 floors from ground level. Turning the corner, oh my God, the dragon is a man! The night was a lie! Don't pretend like you knew. None of us could have known! Okay, so hang on. If there's a guy walking around with a flamethrower who might have been working with Josh, we gotta charge for that flamethrower. Now, apparently you can use flamethrowers to clear snow, do gardening, all that fun stuff that isn't a war crime, and we can bill $350 for the flamethrower. Now that Emily has successfully evaded him, let's have her run straight out in front of him. Yes, very good, very 4.0. Quick, hide in the light. God damn, Emily. Truly the smartest idiot on the mountain. Although competition is tight. After all, we've got Josh to contend with. Speaking of, everybody thinks Josh is a psychopath. Which, to be fair, he might be.
How does it feel? Do you enjoy feeling terrorized, humiliated, panicked? All those emotions that my sisters got to feel 1 year ago? Only guess what? They didn't get to laugh it off. No, nope, no, they're gone.
You know what? I'm beginning to think Josh might have a point. I mean, everyone here was culpable in the prank that drove 2 frightened girls into the snow to their deaths. Pretty sure there's some criminal responsibility here, right? Right? I mean, maybe not Beth, but Hannah's death for sure. Mike, Jessica, Emily, Matt, Ashley, Sam and Chris less so, though, even though they were actually chased the most by Josh. I mean, Chris was straight up passed out drunk. What exactly was he guilty of that Josh wasn't, right? Anyway, for some reason, Josh's affluent friends don't see it that way, but fuck them. We got a nice montage of Josh setting up all his traps and spectacles. Let's recap and adjust our bill. So first, things that we overlooked. Knowing now that Josh had rigged his home to play as many pranks as possible, we can charge for the security monitor in the ski lift popping from the bathroom to the lift itself. Also charge for the wanted poster outside, as that's fabricated. Next, when Chris climbs into the basement, I think it's justifiable that Josh set up the light bulb to pop on a trigger. Likewise, the Zippo he hands Chris is part of this stunt, so we charge for that. Let's see, we already did the newspaper clipping because we found the big box. There's the voicemail from earlier, but that's free. You can just call phones. Oh, here we go. Okay, the Ouija board. So how to make a Ouija board obey your commands. Step 1, magnets. No idea, but they do. You just need to modify the planchette, that's the talky bit, with the magnets into the feet. Then you have a magnetized plate under the table, hold the planchette, and guide it around. Bing bang boom, haunted Ouija board room. There's also a chance of a ghost appearing in the background of this room while playing. I couldn't ever spot it, but I'll charge for another projector and sheet to create the illusion regardless. We can also add the guest cabin fuse box to the tally since this was meant to make Mike and Jessica scared, I guess? I'm pretty sure that's Josh. I don't know about the phone thing, but that much at least. Oh, and let's add some pig's blood in the hallways leading Chris to Ashley's location when she was stolen into the kitchen. We get a shot of Josh on his lappy-toppy triggering the magic candle. I told you it was mechanical. As well as setting up his ghost puppet to point at stuff. There's also confirmation of Josh's fake body full of guts and stuff. I'm not going to charge for the fake bodies, like the zombie and the latex thing, because, yeah, the dad's a fucking movie guy. Whatever. You can find that shit down there. Anyway, back in the barn, Sam accuses Josh of having done all of this.
Josh, your fingerprints were all over this. It was obviously you.
Which, yeah, Sam, he just admitted to doing it. Are you even listening at all? You know what? It's been a long night. I'm sure everyone is tired. We should wrap this up. Everyone's fine, right?
Jessica's fucking dead.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. Hey, hang on. What did kill Jessica, though? And where's that flamethrower guy? He's still in on this, right? I mean, Josh hasn't mentioned an accomplice. Oh, Mike just punched Josh. Well, that's fine. He still doesn't remember killing Jessica.
Michael, I'm sorry, man. I can't tell you how sorry I am that something happened to Jessica, but I swear to you, I have no idea what happened to her. I got a problem, Mike. I don't remember killing Jess.
You know, that is a puzzle, Josh, but before we can solve it, we've got to check in with Chapter 8, Revelation. 3 hours until dawn. Who do we even have left to look after? Oh, right. Emily's about to die, or not?
Use these to get the hell out of here, now!
That's a weird way to kill Emily. The flaming stranger throws Emily a bag of flares and sends her careening down into the mines like an idiot. Idiot. Look, I'm still convinced that this is all Emily's fault, so forgive me if I'm unforgiving. From here, Emily has a pretty boring trek through the mines looking for that what the fuck was that? Anyway, Emily pushes forward through the mines because, hey, all mines go to the surface eventually, right? People don't just get lost down here. They gotta squeeze through what's definitely a pass. Oh, fuck! What the fuck? Run, girl! Holy shit! Y button, X button, left trigger, right trigger, pull down! Ooh! Emily flees from heroin chic, trying to weasel its way back into the cultural zeitgeist, taking the elevator north by north, aka up. Working her way to the tippy top of the tin roof, Em takes aim and fires a flare at the would-be fashion statement, clambering after her. Eat your food, Tina! Emily survives, somehow, and faceplants in the snow like that bear from the meme that was relevant when this game came out. There we go. Yeah, nice. The snow cane helps fuel her sprint back to the cabin, however, and she reunites with her friends. Emily explains all the crazy shit she's seen so far. Don't do snow drugs, kids. You'll get lost in the mines and see the Blair Witch, and then no one is going to lend you deodorant. Also, don't lend out your deodorant. What was I talking about? Right, Emily's alive. Okay. Em's pretty certain the mountain is covered in monsters, which, like, you're crazier than a bag of cats. You are crazy.
I'm trying to tell you. We were climbing up the tower, and it fell. The whole tower just fell right into the mines.
Whoa. What mines?
There are these mine shafts all over, running under everything. When the tower fell, we ended up down there.
I don't understand. The tower fell?
How'd it fall?
I was walking down there in the mines, and it was dark, and I found this pile, and there was Beth's head.
Wait, what?
Beth's head, I found it.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Are you serious? Yes, I'm serious. I think they fell down there.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Mike, newly single, hugs Emily, who is also potentially newly single. Nice. The plan worked. That's right, this was all a twisted plan to get back together.
Hey, Em? Whoa.
Who the fuck can that be? Who the... Matt? Jessica? Santa? Krampus, maybe. Not exactly a jolly-looking fellow. Saunters in and just sort of takes over. Shotgun strapped to his back. But he's not a bad guy? I mean, okay, he's an asshole, clearly, but he's not killing the teenagers? God damn it. Okay, let's adjust the budget again. Hang on. Okay, so minus the high five trap. Damn, I like that. Minus the Bigfoot dream board, the revolver, the cigar box, the flares, the flamethrower. Okay, I think we're good here. As long as Josh doesn't have a hidden mecha under the mountain, we should be locked in. Okay, so what's all this about monsters?
I'm here to tell you what you're up against being back on this mountain.
Yeah, so it turns out the Washingtons don't own their mountain. This guy also doesn't own the mountain.
Well, the mountain don't belong to me, it's true. But it don't belong to the Washingtons. This mountain belongs to the Wendigo.
Sir, this is a Wendigo? Okay, sorry, right. The mountain is super deadly, and this guy has been keeping the Wendigo contained. Apparently, there was like this whole miners guild who got trapped underground and nibbled on each other's toes to survive, and then they were rescued, but horribly changed by the experience, turning into Wendigo. And then, when Hannah and Beth had their little oopsie off the ledge, Hannah ate Beth and also became a Wendigo. So that's complicated because, well, she's not dead necessarily, so we can't say that she was murdered by her would-be friends, but she's not really in a state to testify in court. Plus, she doesn't have to be dead for them to be guilty of something. Either way, I don't think she's fit to stand trial, even as a witness to the events of the night. Unless the Washingtons never told the cops that their daughter's friends bullied her into a ravine. This is a big mess. Chris and Krampus should just get Josh back in here to clarify what... Oh, Josh is gone. Well, thankfully, Krampus is very experienced with the Wendigo, so all they need to do is safely retreat back to the Krampus died. Well... Chris flees back to the cabin, going bang bang along the way. Fun fact, if you played the game in such a way as to be a dick to Ashley, she would just let you die. Thankfully, we're super empathetic or whatever. So from here on out, you and I are kind of done with what we're looking for. I'll give you a heavily spoilery TLDR if you want to see how the game ends in real time. Go watch our stream of it. We played this whole thing. Or play it yourself. If you don't want to, I recommend skipping ahead to this part of the video. Ready? Okay. Mike decides he's super macho and needs to go save the day or some shit, leaving behind Chris and the ladies in the basement to read books. The books say the Wendigo can be contained in cages and don't like fire, but being bit or scratched doesn't turn you into a monster. Yippee! But also, they get a dose of testosterone and are compelled to go run out to find the boy to help. Classic. But where's Josh? Well, in therapy, apparently. I'm beginning to suspect that this office isn't real. Dr. Hill, I have to be honest. I don't know what we're talking about, and I have not for a while. From here, Mike goes exploring in the asylum, this time running into a bunch of unwashed club kids from the 90s. Gross! Get those kids some orange juice. Eventually, the girls catch back up, they find Josh. Josh might live or die, and eventually everyone or no one gets out alive because of how you played the game. There's a lot to it. The credits roll on the police interviewing everyone to make sure they had a good time. We get a cool post-credit scene where Sam is traumatized. Hell yeah. But I don't care about Sam! I care about Josh's bill. Can Joshington chop down this cherry tree of dollars and cents? Or is his budget a lie, like the fables of yore? Let's find out. In total, Josh Psychopath Washington spent approximately $20,077.27. Adjusting for inflation, that's around $27,303.56, or roughly 37,755 Canadian loonies and 56 Canadian maple leaves in 2025. Although, keep an eye on that exchange rate. God only knows what's going to be happening to economics right now. Now, with that kind of paper, you can buy a truckload of Hammermill Great White printer paper. Not a ream, not a pallet, a truckload. All the paper you'll ever need. At least the shipping is free. You cannot keep the truck. Josh's games were mostly aimed at Chris and Ashley, weirdly, and there were really only two. Trolley Problem and Canadian Roulette. Of the two, Trolley Problem was the cheapest, clocking in at $977.95, while Canadian Roulette cost a whopping $1,915.48. The rest of his budget mostly went to security cameras because I don't know who thought security cameras were cheap. I don't, you know what? You go buy 8 security cameras and string them all over a mountain. You let me know how much you spent. Yeah? But of course, the big question. Can Josh afford any of this? Well, before we go any further, Josh's parents own a mountain. Now that's an established fact. And listen, I know some rich people. People so rich it would make you cry. Hell, it makes me cry. But if you are rich enough to buy a mountain, you're probably rich enough to end up on a very different FBI watch list. So Josh borrowed $20,000 from his parents to fix up the cabins and give his friends a blast from the past reunion party? Yeah, I mean, I could see it. I mean, they spent $20,000 to fix his head, and that didn't work, so Josh Washington can foot the bill. Nepotism wins again. Yay! But what do you think? Do you think Josh had a point in all this? And if so, why did he bully Chris so much? Dude was asleep just like Josh. Dick move, man. Dick move. I want to give a huge thank you to my wife, Annalise, for editing this monster of a video. I tried to keep it shorter than the Saw video game video. Speaking of, we're still working on the Saw 2 video game, so bear with us. That shit was painful the first time, and scrubbing over it is not helping. I also want to thank all of our YouTube and Patreon members. You kind folk help us make the videos that you love and also only sort of love, and that's okay. Extra special shout out to members of the feet tier. No feet pics with this tier yet, but you do get to hear me shout out your internet name for all to hear. Next up is, honestly, I have no idea. Sinners? Maybe? Frankenstein? What day is it? Who are you people? If you like this video, share it with your friends. If you hated it, share it with your enemies. And remember, I'm here to make stuff. If you're here to watch. Thanks.